So today we're unboxing something pretty special, and you can probably tell what it is by the box. So this is a brand new pair of the Adidas 1994 Remake. I was so lucky to get this pair, and I'll explain in a bit. But we'll open these up first. So here's a look at the box. You have the Predator text on the front with the eyes, and here's the side label. It says UK 9, that's what I got them in. Predator text on the side, and then it has this kind of scaled print all over the box. On this side it says established in 1994, and on this side it says Predator in the corner. Quite small details, but I do actually like the box. It's nothing too fancy. I would have expected them to do something a little bit more, but they obviously couldn't because of the 30th anniversary Predator that they did in that massive briefcase, which I've got just down there. But other than that, let's get straight into opening this and take a look at the boots. So lift off the lid. They come wrapped in one single piece of paper. Nothing spectacular about the packaging. Move these to the side, and here's a look at the boot. What do you think of these? Quite crazy to see this boot back in 2024. So they did come with all these labels attached, but unfortunately the string snapped off, so it's not attached to the boots anymore. But we'll dive into the details of the boot and what makes it so special. So Adidas is continuing to celebrate the 30th anniversary of the Predator, and I think they've released maybe 40 different colors at this point. There's so many. That might be a slight exaggeration, obviously, but they've released so many colors. One of them being this pair here, which I actually really like. But they've released so many colors, it's pretty hard to keep up. There's a new one every single week. And this is the latest one, and it's an iconic pair because it's based on the 1994 original with some modern twists. So it was rumored that there are only 1,994 pairs of this. However, I don't think that's true because I've seen so many pairs online. It can't be true. They are going for quite a bit of money. I think they're about £500, but it's nothing compared to that Predator pair there in the box, which actually is 1,994 because they are numbered. These ones aren't numbered, so I don't actually think they're limited, but there had been rumours online that they would be. They're pretty limited, but not 1,994 pairs. Definitely not. So they've retained some iconic features to that of the 1994 pair, such as that reptile print leather on the outer side, as you can see here, the 3 Adidas stripes in this strange shape on the outer side, as well as these large rubber sections towards the toe, which back in the day was incredibly new to boots. They didn't have rubber patches on any boots at all, and this was the first one to do it, and it was quite revolutionary because you could apparently get more grip on the ball, and it would help you control it a little bit better when taking shots, which is quite interesting that this boot kind of changed the game for all boots going forward. I will pop up on the screen a picture of the 1994 pair, the 2014 pair, and also the 2024 pair. It's quite interesting to see how they developed it with new modern technologies and what the differences are, because I'd say this pair looks incredibly like the 1994 pair, so I wonder how it will perform, because a 1994 pair in today's game just won't work. So it will be really interesting to see how this pair performs. To add to the nostalgia of the 1994 pair, they have included the iconic Predator eyes underneath on the tongue, as you can see there. But they do have more differences, such as the stud pattern. As you can see on this pair, it matches up with the more recent Predators. As you can see, the stud pattern is exactly the same. Obviously the color differences and the details are a little bit different, but in terms of the actual stud pattern, it is relatively the same. And Adidas likes to keep most of their silhouettes the same kind of stud pattern. I have heard bad things about the stud pattern with it cracking, so I hope they have improved that with this pair, but we still have to see that if we test the boot out. So when I said earlier about the reptile skin matching that of the old 1994 pair, they have said they've updated this leather to a fusion skin leather on the upper, which is meant to be incredibly soft and form really nicely around your foot, which I hope it does, because that would be incredible. Because imagine these not being comfy. That would just be a waste of a boot, because nobody's going to wear them. They do look relatively wide as you look from the upper, so that's pretty good. It looks like a wide foot will fit in this pretty nicely. Unfortunately, I can't try these on because I wear a UK 10 in Adidas and this is a UK 9, and that's going to hurt, so I'm not going to do that. But I'll tell you the story about how I picked up this pair. So I was on holiday in Berlin, walked into the Adidas flagship store, and I saw this pair on display. It was just sitting there, and I was like, no way is this pair in stock. Walked up to it, looked at it, it was a UK 9, went over to the store assistant and he said, oh, we only have a UK 4, a UK 6 and a UK 13 in stock. And I was like, how does that work? This is a UK 9. And he went, oh, I'll check. Took it to the back, and there it was. Walked out the same day with this pair for retail, which is crazy. So super, super lucky. They also had the Rotero pair, which I wanted to pick up, but they only had that in a UK 4 and a UK 5. and I'm not going to collect small boots. I'll let somebody else have them if they're going to wear them. So when comparing it to the Predator Elite folded tongue that I have here, I would say the studs on this pair are a little bit shorter. I'm not sure if that's just because of the size, but the studs do seem shorter on this pair. I think means it will be great for AG and FG, which is so good because a lot of people play on AG now, and boots just don't seem to be made for AG, which is really weird. Like, I think they should prioritize an AG sole plate, but Adidas hasn't been doing it, Nike hasn't been doing it, and it's a little bit disappointing. So this one I would say you can play on both, but just be wary about that sole plate because it has been hard to crack, and especially on the Predator Elite. This one I've worn a few times and it hasn't cracked, luckily, but I've seen a lot of pairs online that have. So unfortunately, you cannot buy this pair anymore from a retail store. It completely sold out and was pretty much impossible to get. I was super lucky with the Berlin store. But if you want to pick up a pair, they're going for about £500 online on eBay and stuff like that. Do I think it's worth it? If you're a collector, 100%. If you're buying the pair to wear, I don't know. I need to weigh up how durable it is. It does seem like it's made really well. The materials seem really strong. The rubber material at the toolbox, I actually really do like and would love to test on the pitch one day and see if it actually performs better than a leather boot. I think these rubberized sections will really help the ball grip because they feel like they're gripping to my finger just by doing this. But let me know what you think of this. Would you wear this pair? And do you think it's worth the hype? I don't know. The look of it is very iconic, but it's not my favorite boot to look at. I would much prefer the Predator Elite. I think this boot looks a hell of a lot better than the other one, but let me know. I think it's the 3 Adidas stripes. I think the design of them is just a little bit off in my opinion, but I do get how iconic and well made this boot is. But let me know what you think of the Predator 1994 remake. Quite crazy that they're bringing boots back, and I hope Nike starts doing the same thing because there are some special boots that Nike used to make and I want them to come back. Yeah, hope you like the review of this pair. Do I think it's worth it? As a collector, yes. To wear, no. That's my summary.